What's going on, everyone? SJ Collectibles back with another toy review video. In this one I will be going over some of the updates and redos of some of my custom Jason figures that I have in my collection. So let's get this thing started off, and it's going to be my Never Hikes Alone Jason Voorhees, or the Ghost of Camp Crystal Lake. So this is my Ghost Jason from the fan film Never Hike Alone. If I set them aside, I made all these movie posters that go on the NECA style boxes. So, just to kind of like make it like look like it was an official release. So yeah, this is my Ghost Jason. Redid them from my previous figure I did a while back. Tried to make him a little bit more accurate and use a different recipe as well. To make him, I used a part 6 Jason. I used his legs all the way to his torso, but I used a Terminator Dark Fate T800 figure. I used the shirt and the coat and the arms, or actually I cobbled together arms for him using the part 6 Jason and the lower arms from the Terminator from like the elbow down, and like matched them together. But for like the pants and the film, they're kind of like a skinnier pant leg, so I actually like cut triangles out of the pant leg and squeezed them together and repositioned them so they like fit a little better. And then those are part 7, or actually I think they're Michael Myers boots, if I'm honest. So then he has part 4 hands, and then the mask was a part 4 Jason mask. And what I do, it's kind of like the mask is a little flared out on the sides, kind of like a part 8 Jason mask. So I actually used super glue and baking soda to freeze it outwards and repositioned all the straps so it would fit around his head properly. And then the head sculpt I got from another fellow customizer who does some really amazing Jason figures out there. So he did this head sculpt for me that I bought off of him, and it's just a cast, and then I repainted it for him. So that's the Ghost Jason unmasked. Here's his hockey mask. I really love how he came out. And then yeah, like you can see, I added some of that sculpting compound behind the mask to flare it out, and it's stuck like that, so it doesn't want to fold back. So, and it works out perfectly to keep that flared out mask look to this Ghost Jason. So next off will be my redo of my Jason Goes to Hell figure, and we'll get to him right now. So this is my redo custom of my Jason Goes to Hell Jason. The original one, I used the Wolfman figure by NECA Toys, but I just didn't like the overall look to him, so I was using the part 4 Jason and part 5 Dream Sequence Jason, because it's the same body type, but it's kind of like a thicker body that works out perfect for doing Kane Hodder Jason figures. So I really like using that one. I found out a method to like give the tucked shirt for that, so you cut it to about below the belt line, and then you can cut sections out on the side to squeeze it in, and then you can actually tuck it into the pants, and it works out pretty well for doing that. So I cut all the damage into Jason, and then actually had the shirt removed and sculpted underneath all the damage to him, dremeled into the legs of him as well, and used sculpting compound to sculpt the rips in his pants and everything. So he was a part 4 or 5 Jason. He has part 7 shoes with part 7 hands. And the head was actually Freddy vs. Jason head that I added the part 7 mask to, that I dremeled the hell out of and attached to the face. And then I used a sculpting compound to give him that tumorous, cancerous looking, bloated rotted flesh. Like the mask is just grown to his face over all these years. And then I added some hair from like a remake Jason to the back, since they gave him the hair in that movie as well. And so overall, I really like how he came out. It's not the best interpretation of Jason, but still overall a really cool take on the character. So the next one I did, I added more to my Jason X pre-Uber Jason. So I'll bring him in now. Whoops, crap, damn, that was close. So this is my Jason X pre-Uber Jason. It's the same recipe as the Jason Goes to Hell figure, part 4, part 5. You can see exact same figure for the most part, following the same method of tucking the shirt, cutting and tucking the shirt. Originally, I made this figure and then I went back and I added more to him to make him more accurate. So the main thing I made this custom machete that he just wants his machete back. So I did make that machete. For some reason, my cat must have gotten it off my shelf or something, because I cannot find the bastard. I made his other machete. I just took, I think like a part 7 one or part 5, I think, is a thicker machete. And I made like the serrated edge to the back of it like I did on this custom blade. And I think this was a part 5. And then a piece of the part 7, the bushwhacker tool that he has. And yeah, just blended that into the blade and then made the handle for it. Went back and I added more hair to Jason, since, you know, in this version of Jason, he has like a full head of hair almost. Like you can totally tell it's Kane Hodder behind the mask, because in this one he just looks like a dude behind a hockey mask in that movie. Like the makeup is just not the best. But I do, for whatever reason, I really love this take on Jason, because I do like Jason X. It's a really good movie. And the torn, like, straight jacket was different pieces and parts cobbled together from the clothing from part 7. So yeah. And if you're going to ask, does he retain the articulation? No, unfortunately he doesn't. A lot of my figures, I'm a big pre-poser. I like to have like one pose for my figures. So a lot of my figures are pre-posed figures and more like statues. That's just my thing. So yeah, these are all my current Jasons. And then I also have one little surprise that I would like to show off for an accessory that I made for a part 7 Jason. So we're going to get into that right now. So I made this custom fish tank for my part 7 Jason figure using one of the old McFarlane fish tanks that he used to use. I got it from a Freddy and Jason one that I just got recently, and I didn't want to keep him in that, so I decided to use that. I cut the front off of it and made this whole diorama like Jason is floating underneath the lake. So to give it the aesthetic, I used the Camp Crystal Lake accessory pack. So it had the sign and the rock and the chain. And I attached it to the base, and I actually sculpted the whole entire bottom of the base, giving it this rocky feel. And I added like some stuff like this foliage stuff from the Dollar Tree. And then I added a clasp to the chain, so when you take Jason Voorhees off of it, he can, because he's floating on this clear command center hook, and it just goes right onto his back there. And I sprayed him with a high gloss coat to give him this look like he's underwater, and it can actually unhook from the chain that's around his neck as it is. So we're going to hook him back on there for now. Oh god, there we go. And then up underneath the lid I added a push light. So I'm going to turn my lighting off so you can see what that looks like. And it has this bluish hue to it, so it makes it look like he's floating underneath the water. And I actually I painted on the backdrop like air bubbles and stuff, and just to give it like this whole eerie, you know, he's underneath the water look to it. Added the seaweed and everything from like a shark thing my son had. So yeah, this is a little bonus diorama that I made for this video. I love this piece because this is my favorite Jason figure that NEC has made. I don't think anybody would disagree. It's a piece of art. So yeah, and the lid can pop off, so you can take the lights out, and if you got to change the batteries. And then yeah, so that is all of my custom Jason figures. I hope you liked the video. Comment in the section below. Tell me what you guys think of my customs. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, you know, please do. I'm trying to put out more content as I do more stuff, trying to grow my channel a little bit more. So yeah, hope you all liked the video. This is SJ Collectibles saying toys keep you young. Happy hunting out there, everybody, and take it easy.